so you don't have to judge that for yourself. So Carvana is, now I want us to take a little bit of a step back from kind of our modern perspective and think back to way back to yesteryear of 2013-ish, back in the dark ages, and place ourselves a little bit into the mindset of somebody who is hearing about Carvana for the first time. Before class started, I heard people talking about the new big Carvana garage in Richmond. Those have been around for a while now. Carvana ads are plastered all up and down 95. I think it's more of a known quantity now, but let's put ourselves back in the mindset of somebody in 2015. How is Carvana trying to change the used car buying experience? Caroline.
In the article they mentioned Amazon, and they wanted to be quote unquote the Amazon of used cars.
Amazon of used cars. What is appealing about being, I mean, besides the fact that Amazon makes ungodly amounts of money, what's appealing about being the Amazon of used cars?
They were a one-stop show.
Okay.
You get your car, your warranty, insurance, you get it delivered, etc.
Car, warranty,
The browsing capabilities.
insurance,
Loan.
there's delivery. I think that was Allie, you said browser?
Yeah, browsing capabilities.
Browsing capabilities. What is it about their browsing capabilities that are valuable?
They can see 360 views of the vehicles and
360 views.
Didn't they eliminate haggling, which most people are uncomfortable with?
Why do you take the targeting class?
So no haggling. Depends on who you are. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a bad thing. Let's see. So Sam, when you bought your car from the newspaper ad, did you haggle?
I did.
Yep. And were you able to bring the price down much?
A little bit.
A little bit. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It was exciting.
Ali, you bought from a dealer.
yeah.
Do you miss the experience of? Did you haggle with the dealer?
So actually, my father came with me, and yes, he walked out actually like twice.
Yeah.
They gave him a really good deal.
And did you enjoy that experience?
I did. Actually, I did. It was good. I mean, he's had a lot of practice, so I'm
Sure.
sure it was not a bad experience for him.
Great. Okay. Good. All right. So, but depends on who you are. Maybe you don't like haggling. Maybe you love it, and this is a downside. So, what else about their browsing capabilities that's important for?
Search bar. You can filter your search.
Yeah.
Whatever
So,
you're looking for.
I mean, and filtering is important because there's a large inventory, right? Kind of to the opposite end of the spectrum of Pat's friends, selling a Ford wagon. You have a lot of selection, right? Okay. What else is Carvana's pitch to you?
7-day money back guarantee.
7-day money back guarantee.
Like it, you can return it.
No questions asked returns.
So this is no questions asked. I want to go ahead and say, because you guys have already figured it out, my handwriting is terrible, board or not board. So if there's something that you think is important on the board and you want some clarification, I'm not offended if you ask. Okay, so no questions asked. Why is this kind of this is a big part of their pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see this a lot in their ads and things like that. Why is this such a big part of their pitch?
I think they're trying to get around the driving. Like a lot of people want to drive that car, and so
Okay.
that's their way to, I guess, kind of allow the customer that still have an experience to drive it.
It lets you kick the tires.
Mhm.
It lets you kick the tires. It lets you hear the engine.
Mhm.
Lets you sit in the leather and find out that it's not all sun cracked and whatnot.
So, is this really a substitute for a test drive in the same way that Will was describing it?
You said
Yes.
hey, right? I said yes.
You'd say yes. Okay.
Because it's,
no, Sam, you said.
Let's say if you have to buy it, I mean, you have the money back guarantee, but you still have to go out of your way to make that, go through the deal of doing it, versus just being able to try it out and say, no, that car's not for me.
Okay, so you are like, you're going through the deal, and like, so, you know, let's walk through the Carvana car buying experience, right? We've gone in, we've logged into the website, we've filtered for cars, we've looked at 360-degree views. What do we have to do before before we end up, you know, getting to drive the car?
Put a big coin in the slot and.
Yeah, so you know, this is part of it. They used to have this vending machine. I'm not sure if they still do it, but like they'd give you a giant coin, you put it in a big slot, your car would pop out. One of their advertising gimmicks. But more than there are other steps in this process as well. What else do we have to do before we end up getting to sit down in this car?
Well, you mentioned that they would also pay for your airfare, transportation there.
So potentially we have to go to the car.
Yeah.
There's alternatively, what else might happen?
the car can come to you.
They might deliver it, but like at that point they've delivered a car and you've waited a while to get it. You've bought the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does this feel like a test drive to you?
No.
It feels like there's a lot, like you know, if I went through all that and took the car back, I'd be pretty upset. I think. I mean, so this is not quite a substitute for a test drive. We'll say that they're claiming it is. But what else is this trying to do? Right?
I mean, it's ultimately trying to make money off it, because once you have the car itself in your possession, you're less likely to probably return because it's such a hassle.
Yeah. So in some sense they don't believe, they don't believe you'll return unless broken, right?
Yeah, like, unless it's really bad, they'll probably be like, oh, a couple of cracks here and there, they'll probably just keep it. And they probably have a bunch of stats and like percentage of people who actually return.
Yeah. I mean, if the transmission, starts acting crazy like your Ford Fiesta, then I think people will take advantage of that. But they're not going to return it if the dashboard's a little scuffed up, right? But
So they're 1 point short of going to a subscription model like every other online business where, okay, well, just pay this much and every 4 years you'll get a new car, which, I find annoying too, because it ties you in and makes you forget about it.
I see.
Have you heard of a lease?
Huh? A
You
lease?
can
Yeah,
lease
there you
cars,
go,
like
right.
that's a
I wonder-
thing.
Yeah, I don't know if they do that.
Huh?
A fleece.
Fleece?
Not
Yeah.
only a fleece.
It's a fleece.
But that's kind of what it's
They're
the same thing, right?
fleecing
Once you've subscribed or once you've bought in, then it's like Ron was saying, or was Harlan, it's like you're not gonna give it back. It's just,
So in some sense, it's also like lowering purchasing friction. That's maybe not exactly to. Maybe I shouldn't have put this under this 7-day money back guarantee. Maybe instead this kind of just goes under more the Amazon for used cars. But I think this idea, once you lower purchasing friction enough, then the difference between a subscription model and buying starts to get a little blurry. I think that's fair. Okay, so what are they trying to accomplish with this 7-day money back guarantee then? If it's not, I don't really believe most people think it's a substitute for a test drive. Maybe some people do, but I don't.
I do think it is, because I think that when you go to a dealership, you go for a test drive, it's been a while since I've done this, but
Sure.
you have the salesperson there in the driver's seat, they're telling you how to perform the car, they're going through a specific route, and it only lasts a couple of minutes. This opportunity, you get a chance to take it home, you go in your regular routine, there's no pressure, you're not returning back to the dealership and the salesman saying, okay, now it's time to do the paperwork, how much you